welcome to another edition of NAGAFF Cargo Watch, the maritime program on radio. This morning, I will be anchoring the program with my colleague Roland Ekama.
Good morning and welcome to the program. Good to be here talking shipping.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Stay tuned. Reading with me is Roland Ekama. The port manager of the Lagos Port Complex, Apapa, Dr. Lawal Ibrahim, has attributed the persistent congestion around the Apapa port to the refusal of some truck drivers and cargo owners to move their consignment after clearance. Speaking with NAGAFF Cargo Watch in an interview in his office, Dr. Ibrahim said Nigeria's Port Authority is being unfairly blamed, even though many of the problems on Greek road are caused by truckers who deliberately remained parked after loading. He noted that despite several joint raids with LASMA and police, some drivers still occupy the corridor, creating security risk and allowing illegal night trading around the port. He cited the case of a truck that has remained inside the port for 28 days, leaving its driver stranded. Meanwhile, the driver, Mr. Adamu Mohammed, told our correspondent that he has spent 29 days in the port because the consignee has failed to complete customs clearance. He said the delay has exposed him to losses, including theft of his vehicle parts. The Nigerian Ports Authority is therefore urging cargo owners and truck operators to complete clearance processes and exit the port promptly to ease traffic and improve security.
All right, from there we'll move straight to SEME Command, where the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents and NAUCA SEME chapter has launched a health welfare program medical outreach and officially opened its newly sick bay at as an initiative aimed to improve the well-being of all agents working at the SEME border post. The new program follows years of hardship experienced by clearing agents, especially during the 2026 vehicle importation ban and the 2018 border closure. Speaking on the occasion, the Anaka chapter chairman, Seme chapter Alaji Abioye Wasiu, disclosed that these challenges motivated the leadership to create a welfare scheme that gives hope to members across all associations, including NAGAF and AREF. Alaji Abioye emphasized that the health of members is a priority under his leadership, adding that the new sick bay would provide free consultation, test and drug through a medical consultant, adding that access will be granted through the newly introduced ANACA Duty Identification Card, developed to prevent impersonation and improve security at the border post. Representing the national president of ANACA, Mr. Emenike Kingsley Nwokoji, the national secretary, Elder Olumide Fakonlu, praised the initiative, noting that the association has moved beyond the slogan "Health is Wealth," but to applying its practical for members' health benefits. Also speaking, the Customs Area Controller, Semi Command, Nigerian Customs Service, Controller Wale Adenuga, beg your pardon, commended the initiative and revealed that the Semi Customs Clinic now operates 24 hours with upgrading facilities for diagnosis and other equipment. Controller Adenuga pledged to deploy a medical doctor to assist in providing health services to stakeholders and announced a contribution of 1 million naira to assist with drugs and other pharmaceutical products.
From SEME to Customs. The Nigerian Customs Service has extended the deadline for the migration of the Fast Track Scheme to the Authorized Economic Operator (AEO) program to 31st January 2026, which was initially scheduled for 31 December 2025. A statement signed by the National Public Relations Officer of the service, Mr. Abdullahi Maiwada, advised existing fast track beneficiaries who are yet to complete their migration to initiate and conclude their AEO applications through the official platform aeo.nigeriatradehub.gov.ng. He said that the extension provides operators with the opportunity to meet programs requirements and secure AEO certification without disruption to their business operations. The statement says that the AEO program is a globally recognized compliance-based initiative that grants trusted operators enhanced benefits such as expedited cargo release, reduced documentation, lower inspection levels, pre-arrival processing, and greater predictability in cross-border trade. It says that the extension reinforces the service's commitment to ensuring a seamless and inclusive transition process for all stakeholders, saying that the migration is consistent with the World Customs Organization safe framework of standards and is supported by sections 108 to 111 of the Nigerian Customs Service Act 2023.
All right, before we go on a break, let's quickly tell you that Nigeria's foreign trade figure has risen to a whopping 38.9 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2025 from 38.037 trillion naira in 2025. The figure was released by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). On its current publication shows that Nigeria's international trade is edged up by 2.63% from the last quarter, adding that the latest figure also represents an 8.71% increase from the 35.8 trillion naira recorded in the corresponding quarter of 2024. This reflects a steady momentum in the country's external sector despite prevailing economic puzzles. In September, the National Bureau of Statistics reported Nigeria's total merchandise trade rose to 38.04 trillion naira in the second quarter of 2025, making a 20.05% increase compared to 31.68 trillion naira recorded in the period of 2024.
And that's where we draw the curtains on this section of NAGAFF News Bit. We'll come back after this break. Last week, we navigated to Seme border to find out the position of things there regarding trade activities. Today, we shall be looking at some new trade and economic policies of the federal government via the Ministry of Finance and how it impacted or affected businesses in 2025. To look into the part one of this discussion is the Secretary General, Nigerian National Compliance Joint Task Force on License Clearing Agents, the Reverend Dr. Alex Nwokedi. Alex Nwokedi is live with us on the phone. Mr. Nwokedi, you are welcome to the program. Yeah. Okay, now, how did Nigerians' 2025 maritime trade policies affect cargo throughput and shipping traffic in major ports across the country? How did Nigeria, our maritime trade policies, how did our maritime trade policies affect cargo throughput and shipping traffic this year?
Well, my brother, if you look at the Nigerian system, our system has always been very porous, just because so many major of the policies we have, we lack implementation, especially as it concerns the maritime industry. From time, I've been in the industry for close to 40 years. And from the beginning of things, we've been going to seminars, workshops, and forums. There was one I attended 2 days ago at Rockview, where issues of economic principles, policies government have adopted has not been working. And why? Because of human factor. And that is the more reason why national compliance, as far as I know, was set up in order to ensure that the system is seamless. And every segment of the economy will comply with government policies and programs.
Okay, what are
Lack
these?
of implementation, I'm coming. Let me finish. Lack of implementation of government policies stems from the fact that compliance is always difficult. Good policies, not well implemented. How many people are complying? Like you mentioned, Seme. We visited Seme last 2 weeks and we saw a lot of things that we are not working there. Things we are not working because the controller of Seme adjusted his policy to favor some people, while others are there just onlookers. In such a system, there's no way things can work. So, in a nutshell, government policies, well targeted, custom policies, Ministry of Finance, they are churning out good policies. If you relax implementation, there is no way it can work. So, in overall, we need compliance in all those segments. Thank you.
Okay, before we open the lines for callers to call in, what are those human factors that you talked about in your response?
Nigerians has been used to corrupt system, corrupt tendencies. Things are not working in Nigeria today is a human factor, both from the ministry, even the stakeholders. They are part of the system. Good English, good policies. People have been speaking. People have been talking. How do we get do things in order for things to change the system? Yes, in speech, it is good. But in complying to the policy is very, very difficult because corruption is so endemic. Corruption is so endemic, both in customs, in government organizations, the stakeholders, the transporters. Things we are not done well. And if you look at such a system, there's no way the economy can improve.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Callers, we're opening the phone lines now. You can call us on 0700 7000 977. 0700 7000 977. You can also call us on 091 625 71216. 091 625 71214. 214. Yes, okay. Mr. Roland,
Yeah.
please, you have any question for him?
We're talking about compliance.
Yeah.
You are online, sir. Quickly, let me ask you. You have been talking about compliance. Your association, what's the level of compliance as far as your association is concerned? Give us a brief on that.
We are the National Compliance Joint Task Force of Licensed Clearing Agents. Our job is encompassing. It's not only about clearing, too. It's the entire system. There's a situation where you go from now here to the east, you see checkpoints all over the whole place. In such a system, how do you think government policy can work? It cannot work. When a trader imposes a consignment through hardship and through rigorous process, he brings out the container and he sells it in the market. He will try to place every of the expenses he made on the
Okay, Mr. Wokedi, please hold on. We have a caller on the line. Let's take the call so you can respond to it. Who's on the line and where are you calling from? Your name is? You are who? Okay, Tochukwu, from where are you calling? Okay, your question or contribution.
I have a question. I have a question from that point. Um, how well has the agent spoken? Because when you look at quotation, the duties, the custom duties now for importation is skyrocketed. Each agency that are informed is getting about what is happening. How effective has it been towards telling Nigerian government to use and the duty because now it's going to a lot of importers and entrepreneurs that are willing to import into the country.
Mr. Tochukwu,
Nobody saying anything about
Mr. Tochukwu,
everything to the tune of development.
Mr.
Numbers are
Tochukwu,
reproducing that are producing defined by the agency, which is not true. And as the importers are the ones to pay for it at the end of the day. Discouraging.
okay, thank you for your
Yes,
contribution.
that's my question.
Can you summarize your question briefly, please? Okay, Mr. Wokede, you heard him.
I didn't hear him.
You see, because
It's not audible.
he wasn't very audible, yes, but he is saying that there were reviews of government policies and tariff increase, and everything fall back on the final consumers. So, what do you intend to do about that?
That is what I'm still talking about. Government will bring out policies, review of tariff and all of that without consultation. They are supposed to consult us, the stakeholders. When you talk about issues of trade, you are talking about robust governance, promoting best practices, and empowering stakeholders with knowledge and tools to combat corruption in the system. We are talking about the corruption in the system. It is the same corruption in the system that is bringing about government not being able to implement certain policies. Because when you look at policies, it might be good, but in practice, it is zero. Some of those things they introduce into the system, we are now hampering trade. And when trade is hampered, a lot of people will fall for it because many of the people you see in Nigeria today, why hunger is all over the place is because the system is not flowing. There are no checks and balances. The economy is so bad to the level that people begin now to see what they can do in order to ensure that the system is working. And that is part of what we are doing in National Council. When we now begin to see that the system is not working, we introduce national compliance. And the compliance is ease of doing business. Ease of doing business. And when business is easy, it will fall back to the consumer on good perspective. You understand what I'm talking about? So corruption has eaten deep, and because the system is not working, even in customs, go there and see the level of corruption in customs, the things they do and some of the things they are not supposed to do. So, my brother, what we are talking about is a systematic thing. That is the issue. It's good. Each time they call us, we go in various forums, symposiums, workshops. We present our papers. We speak good. We talk about the economy, the principles that can be introduced into the systems in order the economy to improve. A lot of that we've been doing it, both publicly and privately. So, but the problem remains, how do government put all this thing in paper and ensure that things are working? And that is one reason why the task force is on board. We are checkmaking all over. The level of effort we put now have been able to reduce the number of checkpoints at the Bini corridor. The same thing applies with cement. So So we've been trying a lot in order to reduce the level of checkpoints. Those are tools of corruption. Corruption is eating deep. I know why I'm emphasizing on that. I am in the system. And I know what is going on all over the country. Because people believe on what they can get. And when you believe on what you can get without due cost to how the system works, it has a boomeranging effect. And when it boomerangs, when it backfires, me and you will suffer it. And that is what we are suffering today. So government on this, we've been able to present papers to the National Assembly. We've gotten to police, the hierarchy of police. We've gone to customs. Even from time now on, we are going to put up a seminar where some of these issues will be discussed. Because whether you like it or not, no matter the level of forums you create, and symposia, whatever you call the name, without due recourse to corrupt practices, corrupt tendencies, making sure that our ports are friendly. Because as I'm talking to you now, the ports are not friendly. If you go there to clear a container, rigorous process. At the end of the day, you use heavy amount of money to clear your goods. And
Okay.
when you want to sell, you will sell commensurate with the amount you have spent. And at the end of the day, it will trickle down to the consumer, who is the buyer.
Okay.
So, my brother,
Yes.
a lot of issues are on, but the issues are supposed to be proactively tackled. If not, it's a time bomb.
All right.
It will explode.
Okay. Let's look at the Blue Economy Initiative. How has this supported growth in the maritime industry, including shipbuilding, fisheries, and port services?
Yes, some of those policies are good. There was a seminar I attended 2 days ago, Nigerian Island Waterways Authority. They are in the Ministry of Blue Economy. I also attended a conference, Shippers Council. I've been with the MASA, attended their conference. The most important thing I love what they are doing now is collaboration. The synergy they are forming in order to ensure that the ministries are working, government policies are working. Within all of this, when you look deep, critically, you study, you find out that there are so many things that are lacking. We are talking about the other way, how to clean safety. I mean, how to make the waterway safe. How do we do that? In that seminar, I told them that there is need for us to, train and retrain. Before you can employ anyone, you must make sure that he's able to the job. Experts should be brought to the fore for them to do their job. And anyone that wants to take up a boat to drive should be an expert, should be somebody that has the knowledge of how to drive. It's not somebody that do not have such knowledge. And by the time you put him there, trouble all over. The waterways, it goes down lines, very dirty.
Okay.
We get to all these things.
Reverend, sorry, time is not on our side again. We are sorry, our time is off. We want to appreciate you for coming on the line today to talk with us on this topic. We hope that next time we'll have you live in our studio. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for assuring us you will come. Yeah. And listeners, this is where we draw the curtains today on today's edition of NAGAFF Cargo Watch. We advise you be with us next week, same station, same time for another interesting edition. From me, Fabian Anawo, to our listeners, I'll say have a pleasant weekend. Roland.
Yeah, you have a splendid weekend. Bye.
Yeah.